Okay, hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to a second video of kinda daily thoughts. First of all, thank you for commenting Onwardly Acorn for saying fort on these nuts. 10 out of 10 comment, of course. Thank you very much for commenting. I really appreciate it. And thank you Avismo for your message as well. He says, good luck with this project. I've always enjoyed supporting your content because I've always found it very real, sincere, and fun. Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you so much, Avismo. I really appreciate you commenting. And yeah, if you guys, since it's just 2 comments and I don't really expect them to be like too many for a long time, I'm gonna keep just reading every single comment in the videos. So whatever you want to say, if you want me to read it out loud, just comment whatever you want, and I'm gonna be reading it. So yeah, I wanted to talk today about the movie-going experience and how it's completely ruined for me. And it might sound like a little going overboard with it, but truly, for me personally, the movie-going experience is it's completely gone. First of all, the prices, okay? First thing, it's too expensive to go to the movies and have just like popcorn and a soda and maybe a hot dog, which those are 3 things that I always enjoyed having at the movies. Nowadays, in the movie theaters that are near me, it's just not reasonable. Like, paying for the ticket for the movie is actually still super reasonable, and it's still pretty cheap. I know that they know that they can't mess with that, right? Because if it becomes too expensive to get into the theater, then people are just not gonna go, flat out. Like that would be just the end of them, right? However, in order to still make money, what they do is they charge you up the ass or out the ass. I'm not sure. They charge you off the ass. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that, but anyway, they charge too much for the food. So they keep tickets cheap. They charge an outrageous amount for the food. No good. Just no bueno. Doesn't work for me. You need to be able to have some snacks in the movies without breaking bank, and currently you just can't. I normally try to smuggle food into the theater. I do it often. Like every time I have to go because I'm with people who want to go. Maybe my wife specifically wants to go see a movie. As an example, we went to see the Super Mario movie with my older daughter when that came out. So I had to go, right? And when we went to see that, I just smuggled some snacks in my wife's purse, and well, she always has a lot of space to smuggle food because she carries a little bag for the baby stuff, so she always has extra space in that. That makes it easier, and I'm very grateful to have that for now. While our kids are small, I'm gonna still have that. But once they grow and they don't need backpacks on us for anything, I'm gonna lose that. So I don't know. Plus, theaters are getting more uppity with that kind of thing. They're getting more strict, right? So you gotta be more and more careful. So yeah, first off, too expensive. Food is too expensive, and I'm too fat to not eat at the theater. That's just the way it is. I'm fat. I like to eat. I want popcorn. I want hot dog, and I want a huge soda. And it's a little weird to tell you the specific amounts because you're not gonna understand the peso scale. But just imagine it's in dollars, right? So imagine that back in the day, I was able to get a little combo of popcorn, a soda, and a hot dog for say $20, which I know It is expensive, right? But these days, imagine it's like $50, right? So it's just not doable anymore. Back in the day, it was like, okay, it's expensive, I know, but I mean, I'm here and I want it, so let's go, right? But now it's like more than twice, and more than twice, more than double, I should say. So it's just not doable anymore. It's over. It's over for me. I can't have it anymore. So without that, the movie experience becomes very, very uncomfortable. Then once you're in, the next terrible thing about going to the movies, the trailers. I hate the trailers with a passion. I don't like looking at trailers anymore. I think they ruin every single movie. Sorry. just because nowadays, in order for a movie to make it in the gigantic market that we have, it has to play all of its cards in the trailer. It has to show all the best stuff it has to offer. So if it's a comedy, which, I mean, there's barely any comedies being made nowadays, but if it is a comedy, right, they show all of the funniest jokes, funny, quote unquote, right, like heavy quotes on funny, but they show all of the funniest bits and the most memeable bits, the bits that they hope, they are begging for those bits to turn into like super viral TikTok clips and Instagram reels or whatever the fuck. There's like 10 different things that they can be now. YouTube shorts. Anyway, you know what I mean. The people who make movies, they are begging for their movie to be just a huge collection of a ton of clips, just clip after clip after clip. They want it super memeable, very, very safe, I should say. They want it safe. They want it universally funny, like funny in every single country. So as God damn it, I'm sorry. Sorry for coughing so much. They want it as lowest common denominator as possible, right? And they want to show all of it. God damn it, I got hurt. I'm so dumb. I'm playing terribly. They want to show all of it, every single clip in the trailer, in order to have a chance of convincing people to go see the movie. So they just show as much. They pretty much show every single funny clip of the movie. So when you go see the movie, there's this weird, and this happens with this happens to me with Marvel stuff. Marvel movies, superhero movies, to me are the worst offenders of this, and the offenders are both the movie and the audience, right? So you can be expecting like the next super big Marvel movie for 6 months, maybe close to a year. You can be waiting for it, and during that time, if you consume the pre-content, and you consume everything you can while you wait for the movie, because you just can't wait, right? If you're that type of fan, which at a certain point I was with a couple of the movies, I'm not that type of fan anymore, but if you are like that, then you will have seen the trailer for the movie many times during the time you're waiting for it. Okay, I died, obviously. I've been playing like shit. Okay, so for a long time, you'll be just waiting for the movie and looking at the trailer. And I just know, if you're a fan of the movies, of the Marvel movies, you will have seen the jokes, honestly, hundreds of times while you wait for the movie. You will have seen them in video commentary. There's hundreds of channels of people who talk about movies, and they talk about the trailers. What did we see? What can we expect? What did the actors say? What did they not say? Which war do they support? Which war they are against, right? The fans spend a year just combing through everything they can related to the movie. They are impossible to please. They are, how do you say that? they are voracious, right, for stuff relating to the movie. They always want more. So I know, when I'm sitting there waiting for the movie to start, I know they have seen the jokes at home many times. Then the movie starts, and I mean, I have seen the jokes 100 times, so honestly, they're not funny anymore, right? The joke comes up, and they laugh like like crazy people. Like and it is crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy because they laugh like they haven't seen the jokes 100 times, but I know they have, because I'm talking about people that I hear talking amongst themselves, talking about references and the previous movie and the movie that comes next and the secret Easter eggs in the movie. You know the type of people I'm talking about. The most unbearable moviegoers. I hear them talking outside in the line while waiting to pay for the incredibly expensive food. I hear them while sitting at my seat and looking at the trailers that I hate to watch. I hear them talking about the movie and all the secrets and all the stuff. I know they know the jokes. They know every joke, but they have to go through the weird, I don't know, like ritual of laughing at the same joke again, loudly, like forcefully, right? And I don't I mean, if they truly find it funny, sure, if they truly find it funny, I guess they can chuckle, but when the entire theater roars, like when the entire movie theater erupts in laughter, in belly laughter, I'm like, this is not real. This is completely fake. You guys are completely fake. You're laughing because you want to laugh, which, I mean, I can respect that. I mean, if you want to laugh, just laugh, of course. But it just rubs me the wrong way. It honestly rubs me the wrong way, and I am annoying in that way. Of course, I would never tell anyone in the theater anything about it, so I wouldn't be immediately annoying. They wouldn't know that I'm being annoying, but I am there sitting in silence, thinking this as hard as I can, feeling my contempt for them as hard as I can feel it on my own without saying anything, right? That's just how it is. I hate it. I hate it when they fake surprise after they see something that's shocking in the movie, but it's not shocking because it has been shown in the trailers, of course. Because of course, if a huge surprise, let me tell you about one example. This is probably the worst. This is the worst example, okay? Or the best example, I should say, to express what I mean. Thor Ragnarok featured the Hulk, and they could have saved that. They could have given people one of the biggest cinematic surprises ever, because not every fan follows the comics. Many fans are just following the movies and people talking about the movies. Not every fan knows that there's gonna be Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. Okay, so if movie culture in general, if movie media was different, you could have gone into that movie without knowing that there was gonna be Hulk in the movie, and of course it makes it like way more fun because he's a fun character and he's great in that movie. But they showed him in the trailer. But they could have saved it. I mean, can you imagine a world where you go to see that movie and you don't know that the Hulk is gonna show up and he's gonna help out and stuff, and then he shows up and just truly, genuinely surprises you? Can you imagine? I can imagine a world like that, because I'm trying to live that way with movies. I have decided trailers and movie media in general, people talking about the movies, ruins the movie. Movie media and trailers completely ruin the movie. They will spoil anything and everything spoil everything about the movie, show you all the jokes, all the shocking parts, ruin the humor, the surprises, the tragedies. They will ruin everything, and they might ruin the entire experience in an ideological level, if you let them, right? I'll give you an example of that. There was a movie recently called Prey, which belongs to the Predator franchise, and I really love those movies. Some of them are completely terrible. Some of them are absolutely awful, right? But some of them are amazing. Some of my favorite movies ever. I love them. And I saw that there was a new Predator movie. I watched one video of it from this YouTuber called Critical Drinker. Critical Drinker? No. Oh yeah, I think Critical Drinker. Yeah, he's from the UK, and he makes fun of woke movies and stuff. He's very much of that side of things. And I gotta say, my personal tastes and my personal opinions about movies and stuff, they fall very much to that side as well. So I guess maybe that's why I got recommended his content and everything. So I saw a clip of him talking about that new movie, Prey. And it was a huge mistake. I shouldn't have watched that because, or well, maybe it wasn't a mistake because I ended up watching the movie and I loved it. But I watched him talking about the movie, and he said it was terrible. He said it was a woke movie, and I watched it, and I don't think it is. Honestly, I really liked it. So he made a rant, just shitting on the movie, shitting on the main actress, on the plot, on everything, just everything. I don't even want to spoil stuff about the movie for you, because I mean, you should, if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. It's really good. And anyway, I gotta confess, of course, to you, to anyone who's watching, I do feel that movies can be woke, and I find some movies to be woke, right? And I am annoyed by woke stuff, yes. But I honestly did not think that movie was woke. I think he was nuts to even say that. I think it was an awesome movie, awesome. I mean, I guess he was. I guess his complaints have to do with the fact that the girl survives an encounter with the predator, but I think it makes perfect sense in the context of the movie. It makes perfect sense that she was able to. I'm not gonna tell you why, honestly, because I don't want to ruin the movie in case you want to watch it. But I think it makes perfect sense that she was able to make it. You know, I don't think it's a huge spoiler to tell you that she made it, because it's not that common for female heroes to heroically die at the end of movies. I have noticed that. That's way more something that they do with men. Letting the man die heroically at the end, that happens like super often in movies, and audiences really resonate with that. I don't know, for some reason that just sits well with people, and I do like when that's done right, when that's done correctly, right? But anyway, I don't think it's a huge spoiler to say that she made it, right? So yeah, I mean, I shouldn't even have watched that clip. I should have. I would have seen it anyway. I would have been curious about seeing it anyway. I watched the video of Critical Drinker talking about that movie, and he took a huge shit on the movie. And he takes huge shits on pretty much everything. But I mean, it honestly, it made no sense. The stuff that he said about the movie made no sense. Movie was great. Why did I watch that? It was pointless watching that clip of him shitting on the movie, honestly. It didn't make any sense. And that's why I have chosen to just not look at that kind of thing anymore. Just if I'm curious about watching something, I will look at commentary and criticism and stuff of things that I don't plan on ever watching, things that I just don't want to watch. So I still do that. I probably shouldn't, because I mean, why why would I watch stuff about movies and shows that I'm not going to watch? It honestly, that doesn't make any sense. Seems like an entire waste of time. Although I do have a lot of time to quote unquote waste on watching stuff. Because I spend hours and hours sitting at my desk drawing, so I mean, I always need something to listen to in the background. But I could be listening to stuff that gives me more, that is more constructive to my life, you know, way more than criticism and theories and you know, just annoying, toxic stuff about things that I'm never going to watch. It's just pointless. But anyway, so now I have decided I'm never going to watch anything about something that I want to see. So I want to see the new Avatar movie because I saw the second one. I got it recently, and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Why? Because I hadn't seen anything about it anywhere. I went into that movie completely fresh, completely blind, and it was the best choice. I really liked it. I'm just gonna keep doing that from now on. Come on, Homer! Oh, Jesus. I'm just gonna keep doing that from now on because, I mean, even if the movie is bad, at least you'll be surprised by what you're watching. I mean, at least you're gonna have some kind of you're gonna have some kind of enjoyment, even if it's just from the surprise of what's happening. So it is the smartest thing to do, to just not look at anything, right? So yeah, that's another thing that I hate about the current experience, the world of movie watching nowadays. I hate movie media, trailers, commentary, interviews, all of that. The interviews, I mean, I'm still talking about like movie related content, right? The same huge category that includes trailers. So we are still on that point. So interviews is part of that. The interviews are terrible. They ask the dumbest things to the actors every single time. The same questions, the same stupid questions. How did it feel to do this? How did it feel to do that? Oh, is it surreal to be the Green Goblin? Is it surreal to be Spider-Man this time? What is there anything about Spider-Man that you think is related to you? Honestly, fuck you. Fuck if you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be so. I'm sorry to be so spiteful, because I feel like I'm being spiteful, right? But if you work in that, and if you ask that type of question, if you are that person, if you are the person who asks, what's his name? Tom Holland, I think. If you ask Tom Holland if there's any part of Spider-Man that kind of feels like a part of him, or if you're asking any villain, any actor who's playing a villain, if you're asking him if there's any part of him that's a little evil and he has realized that he can be a little evil too. I mean, if you're asking that type of completely ridiculous question, I hate you and I hate what you do, and I think what you do is pointless, honestly. And I'm sorry I'm saying that. I know I'm spitting out poison, but I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. That's how I feel. That type of content is the most vapid, the most ridiculous content, and it's just trash. It's so nothing. It's nothing. I like when people show up on podcasts, long form. The keyword is long form. Long form. Let the actors speak. Sure. Sometimes they say stuff that you don't like, and that stuff ends up clipped, right? Sure, that happens, and that can happen more in a long format show, in a podcast. Of course, can happen more. But I think it's better because the podcast, because it's long form, it allows. What's this? I'm a snowman. What the hell? What? What? Why did I... Oh, to heal... Wait, winter ball. Hiding winter bubble shields to heal. Well, I'm healing in this place. Oh, that's great. That's nice. Gonna keep that in mind. Anyway, long form is better. Podcast is much better because, sure, let's say there's an actor that has some weird, very specific political takes that a lot of his audience, a lot of the audience for the movie is gonna disagree with that, right? Let's use the power of our imagination and imagine a world where that can happen, right? If the actor is in a long form thing, then they can explain themselves. They can elaborate on what they're thinking. Instead of having to give super short answers to everything and having to... Where you go? Where you go? Where he go? Where he go? Man! Where he go, man? Oh, where he go? Where he go? Where he go? Where he go? What happened? What happened? They better not come close to this. Whoa! Did someone? Or was this me? Whoa! Oh! Let's see if we can. How about that? Let's see. He's gonna kill me. Yeah, that was very stupid. Anyway, so yeah. If the actor is in a long form setting, they can explain themselves better. They can elaborate on what they mean, and maybe they themselves can walk back stuff that came out of their mouths that maybe they even, like, right at the moment they know it's a little spiky, a little spicy. That's why long form is better. That's why loose and long form, relaxed, less structured. The reason why those shows suck and those interviews suck is because they are too structured and they are too short. So everything has to be like super prepared. Okay, sorry, I had to make a pause because my wife arrived with the kids and I had to go say hi and everything. And now my 5-year-old is watching ponies on the main TV and I'm recording the rest of this. So yeah, just to wrap it up, because I think I've talked for too long already. The last thing that completely kills the movie-going experience for me is the behavior of the rest of the people going to the movie. That's the saddest, the worst part, the most painful part, and that's the most important part, honestly. The way people behave at movies nowadays is just unacceptable to me. And of course, maybe I'm too fussy. Maybe I'm way too fussy. I'm too annoying. And I expect too much reverence, too much respect from other people. But I can't help it. That's how I feel going to the movies should be. If you're going to a theater to watch a movie, it's for a reason. You want to see it there because it's a huge show and it's a great way to watch the movie in a huge screen with great sound. It's a dark room, and yes, it is important that there's other people there because... Hold on a second. Oh, a quest. Very important quest. Holy... Oh, of course. Another Marty. Another Marty McFly. Hey, I can claim more rewards. I can claim this one, and I can claim this one. I'm almost done with Marty. Only need 4 more rewards. Anyway, yes, it is important that the other people are there and they are having the same experience as you, and I think there's a lot of value on in the way other people contribute to the feeling when you're watching the movie and you're getting very excited. It's really cool to feel like the rest of the people watching the movie are getting excited as well, and it's very, very good to get scared with them, to laugh with them, like to be synchronized. That's like that's the only way I enjoy that type of thing, because I really don't enjoy going to concerts and going to clubs and stuff like that, because it's too noisy. It's too noisy. It's too crowded for me. It really goes against like everything I like. But the one place where I can really appreciate being in sync with other people, which is why people love going to concerts, because they love getting synchronized with other people's emotions. Like everybody is in sync in enjoying the music that they're listening to, in being super excited for their favorite band, right? Screaming together, singing together, all that stuff. I understand why they like that, because I really like that in the movie theaters when it's going well, when it works, when you click with the rest of the moviegoers. Everybody chuckles at the same time. Everybody does like a really subtle, like a very short. Everybody feels the very short and very limited amusement at the precise moment. Everybody gets excited at the same moment, scared at the same moment. When it's going like that, it's amazing. But lately, people have behaviors that completely take me out of the movie. And back in the day, these behaviors were completely unacceptable when I started going to the movies, and I started going to see movies alone pretty young. My parents started giving me money to just go to the movies while they went to the casino. when I was about 12, we would all go to the mall together, and we would have a nice meal. Very often burgers or pizza or something. We would have a very nice meal, enjoy it a lot, and then they would want to go to the casino, so they would give me money to go to the arcade and to the movies and to get ice cream if I wanted ice cream, to get anything I wanted. Just they gave me a couple bills. They gave me a nice chunk of money for my age at the time, and I had a blast. I mean, it was plenty of money to have a great time at the arcade and at the movies. So it was honestly a great time in my life. I really enjoyed it. That started when I was like 12, and it started escalating, of course, when I turned 13, 14, because then I was able to go on my own to the mall, walking to the one that's close to my home, and I was able to go watch movies and go to the arcade and have a burger and everything during the day, and I didn't necessarily have to wait for my parents to drive me there and be with them the entire time, or wait for them to bring me home. That was a game changer, just being able to do it like in my preferred time slot. And I started going to the movies a lot. I started watching a lot of movies at the theater. I pretty much watched everything that interested me, like every action movie that came out, I would go and see it. Every fantasy, every sci-fi, just everything. As soon as it came out, I would go and watch it. I didn't have many friends at school, and certainly not friends that would have enjoyed that or would have gone with me like at the time when I was doing that. So it was like a very specific, a very special time in my life. But I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. It went amazing up until I was probably 15, and then it fell off. I should say probably until I was 17. Until I was 17, it went amazing. Then I started liking it less because I made a ton of friends. I started going to a hobby store, and I started playing Dungeons and Dragons and Vampire, and it took a while for me to play Magic, but I became aware of Magic the Gathering like back then. And I started being curious about that, about people playing Warhammer, all of that. But I was introduced to that world, and once I was introduced to that world, I made a ton of friends in that world. Friends who are my friends to this day, and I love them with all my heart. And I don't see them as often as I should these days because I have a family and obligations and everything, but I still love them. But anyway, that was a very special time where I developed a very strong relationship with the movies, with going to the movies and doing it as an experience, you know. So say I enjoyed it like in the purest form, like going on my own to watch a movie from 12 to 17. Because at 17 I got a girlfriend and friends and started. I mean, I still went to the movies with them, but way less, you know. But anyway, so it was a pure relationship of this is a hobby for me. Like I enjoy the movie going experience, you know, the entire experience. And it had bad days. I had bad experiences back then, especially because, of course, after growing up, you notice how young people look, like how young a 14-year-old kid looks. It's insane. I mean, a 14-year-old looks like a baby, basically. So I had bad experiences sometimes. Sometimes there were bullies in the movies that would throw popcorn or ice at me because they realized I was alone. And very often I would go, like, as soon as I came home from school, I would just go to the movies, right? So it was very early. Because it was early, there was very few people in the movies. Sometimes, honestly, it didn't happen as often. That's why I loved it so much. Most of the time, the majority of times, people were very respectful. They would shut up as soon as the movie started. They would talk only before the trailers, and noise would go down like 90% when the trailers began. And they would go, and noise would go completely down once the movie started. But it surprises me, it baffles me nowadays to think that back then people would respect the trailers. Can you imagine that? People would be respectful with the trailer section of the movie experience. Because noise would go way down. They would whisper very, very low whatever they were talking about, because I respect that. Of course, people have every right to talk before the movie starts and talk during the trailer and to make little comments here and there, because, you know, why not? I'm honestly not against that. I have done it. I'm a movie commenter, you know. I enjoy doing that when I'm with my wife, with my friends. From time to time, something happens in the movie, I come up with a singer. It's not always a singer, of course. I don't know. I think of something to say, I say it. I enjoy doing that, I gotta say. And it's a little sin. Some people, I sound like a complete snob, right? I sound like an absolute snob, an unbearable ass. But some people are way worse than me. Some people are so much worse than me that they hate people whispering comments in a low voice during the movie. So even if you're doing it like super low, and even if you're only doing it to the group you're with, some people are such purists that if they are in that group with you and you went to the movie with them and they are your friend, still they don't want you to talk to them during the movie. So that's an entire. I'm not trying to make excuses for myself or make myself look like less crazy just by saying that, but I mean, there's people who are like that. I'm not like that. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with realizing people are whispering, but not quite hearing what they're saying. I am absolutely fine with that. I have no problem. If you want to tell a joke to your friends, and I can hear you faintly whispering in the distance, and I can hear your friends laughing as low as they can in order to not annoy anyone else, I respect that deeply. And that's how it should be, in my opinion. Right? And back in the day, when I used to go a lot to the movies, people were like that. They were very respectful. Noise would go down. When the trailers started, it would go completely down. I mean, people would pretty much do zero noise unless they had to sneeze, like unless it was like out of their control, they wouldn't make noise. And out of the question to take your phone out. People back in the day, if they felt their phone vibrating, because everyone put it on vibrate, and if they didn't, they would be embarrassed if the phone started blaring in the middle of the movie, and they would quickly get off their seat and go out of the theater and pick it up if they had to pick it up, or they would quickly reach into their pocket and do the thing where you touch one of the keys and the noise goes down, but the call continues ringing, but the noise goes off. They would do that kind of thing. They would bend over backwards to try to be respectful, to try to be better moviegoers. And I miss that so much. And people were, I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. I absolutely remember people being like that. People were that way. They respected the movie experience. And I know that because I went to the movies a lot. As I said, from 12 to 17, I would pretty much go to the movies. Like, if there was some movie, if there was some new movie to watch, or there was a movie I liked so much I want to watch it again, or there was good stuff to rent out in the rental place, I would go out every day to the mall to watch a movie. And if I would either watch something that I hadn't watched yet, or rewatch another thing in the movie theater. And if truly I had already watched everything like twice, I would just rent something from the rental place. So I went often. This was something that was pretty much every day, right? And of course, there's not enough movies to fill a year with that. But I mean, I went super often, so I can tell you, people were actually like that in my city, and I refuse to believe that it wasn't that way in other places. I'm sure this translates to other countries as well. Of course, in case you don't know, I'm talking from Bogota, Colombia, right? But I'm absolutely sure movie culture has changed too in America and in every other country pretty much. So people were that way. Cell phone, absolutely no picking up the cell phone. Answering a call during the movie and talking to someone on the phone during the movie, unthinkable. Just unthinkable. Never happened. It never happened back in the day. It has happened recently in the new age of movie experiences, which are ruined. I have seen people picking up a call, like answering a call in the middle of the movie and just having a conversation at full volume with someone in the phone during the movie. With something that seems like an SNL sketch, it seems like a super exaggerated story that a comedian would tell. I have seen that happen. That, although I've seen it happen, it's not as bad as the other thing, because it's very uncommon to have phone calls anyway, and it's becoming less and less common. But the other thing is way worse, because it's more common. And it's just taking your phone out and just being on your phone in the movie. And that was the final nail on the coffin for me. So people are so obsessed and glued to their phones nowadays, in current year, in big 2026, and of course 24 and before, 25 and 24 and so on. People in this new age, in the age of the phone, are so incapable of putting the phone away that during a movie you'll see the big flashes of light from the phones come on and off constantly during the movie. This I cannot handle. I can't handle it. As I said, I can handle some whispering, polite whispering. I call it polite whispering because you are trying to make as little noise as possible. You're trying to not interfere with the rest of the people's experience. When people are polite about what they're doing and they show shame, basically, about what they're doing, I have no problem with it. I can handle it perfectly. They can even do like super annoying stuff, but if they show that they know that they're being annoying, and they show shame, and they are trying not to do it, and I can see that, I can feel that, then I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine, and I'm tolerant. I'm very, very tolerant. I know I'm sounding. I'm making the entirely opposite case, right, with everything I'm saying. But I am tolerant in the movies. I have no problem with a lot of things. But people being on their phone, it's over. It's over for me. I can't handle that. It's the worst. What's this guy gonna do? Okay, that's Can he summon? Oh yes, you can. You can. If you turn into the alien, you can summon stuff. So he turned into something. He turned into something that can summon things. Where is he? Anyway, so now during a movie, people will just check their phone. Just take it out and let the little square thing light up their stupid faces and light up half the theater. Because even if you... And I know they don't turn the brightness down. I know, because they're completely inconsiderate. They are jerks. So I know they're not turning down the brightness. But even if they did, the movie theater is so dark that even if you turn down the brightness, it's super bright. And you just light up the theater again and again and again. And here's the thing. Now, I mean, it used to be extremely unusual back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I mean 2010, 2011. When I still back then I would still go to the movies a lot with my wife, because she loves going to the movies too. That's something that we share. She loves it. She still loves it. Even in spite of everything I'm saying, she still loves it. I completely hate it now. But of course, if she truly wants to go watch something, I will go with her. But yeah, we share that. That's something that brought us together. And back in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, those eras, those years, it used to happen. Of course, sometimes someone would take out the phone, check it, and just start texting like they're outside, and just text for 5 minutes, which is, I mean, to me, that's completely unacceptable. Why would you do that? You light up the place, you're distracting yourself from the movie. Why are you doing that? I hate it. I hate it with a passion. It annoys me so much. Why are you watching a movie then? Why? And can you not handle being away from your phone just while you watch the movie? And then you can go back. Jesus, so close. Look at that. Just be away from your phone while you're at the movie, and you can go back when you go out of the movie. When the movie's over, you can check. It's such a short time. It's such a... I am a grumpy old bastard with this. I'm a grumpy old fuck with this. I can't. I just can't. The phone... The behavior of people with the phones, they just, everything is phone centric, right? So they'll text, they will answer texts, they will leave the sound on. Again, unthinkable, but they do it. They leave the notification thing on, and you can't help but to think, does this person have a text notification constantly during their normal life? Do they get a ding constantly every day, every 40 to 50 seconds? Do they get a ping? Because they're doing that in the movie. So are they doing that daily, every day? Is this person completely insane? Is this has this person had half of their brain surgically removed? Is what I ask myself when I hear that they have a notification, an audio notification on for their texts, and it dings the entire movie. Just I can't. So going to the movies is super expensive. It's way too expensive. Supposedly you pay for the experience, right? It's expensive, but hey, you're paying for the experience of movie going. Ooh la la, you're paying to enjoy the movie in a big screen and with great audio, and enjoy it with a group of people who are enjoying it as well. So it's worth it, right? No, it's not worth it, because there's complete psychos taking you out of the experience constantly during the entire movie. The entire movie. I hate that. It's the worst. I would prefer people who laugh way too loud at way too many things during the entire movie, and it makes no sense why they're laughing so much. I love that, honestly. I mean, it's stupid, it's weird, but it's a nice story to tell people, because, there was a person who was probably high, I don't know, but they enjoyed the movie too much and they laughed too much and it annoyed me. That's at least that's funny. And that's them enjoying the movie, I prefer that. Someone gets up to go to the bathroom and steps on my foot, or gets up more than once or way too often. Sure, I mean, it's annoying, but I mean, they have to go to the bathroom, right? So what's the problem? Doesn't matter. Someone brings a kid, and sure, kids can be annoying. Kids can ask too many questions. Back when I didn't have kids, I would be way less patient with that. But after having kids, it no longer bothers me, because kids are kids. They wanna ask questions, and they're asking questions about the movie. So they are watching the movie. They are experiencing the movie. They are enjoying the experience. Extremely important. That part is extremely important. But when a despicable teenager goes to the movie theater and they are just texting the entire time with all of their unbearable teenager friends the entire time, and I know they have their mouth half open and they have acne on their face and they have that broccoli hair, disgusting broccoli greasy hair, and the weird trying to look like K-pop fans look that doesn't look good in Latino people because it looks completely out of place. I know they are that way. I don't even need to look at them, and I know exactly how they look. I know how they talk, the vernacular that they use. I know that they sigh and they go ugh at everything. I know they are people that I hate, and I know they're not watching the movie. They are there while the movie plays. That's how young people go to the movies now. They just, it's something that they do. It's a place that they are while they're texting, but all they're doing is texting. All they're doing the entire time is just texting and checking if their stupid, dumb, disgusting crush looked at the picture that they posted or whatever. Just checking over and over again. Just pathetically, obsessively looking at social media the entire time. Just, did someone tell me something? I have to reply right away. I have to reply immediately. Did someone post something? I have to leave a comment immediately. Can't wait. Oh, something happened in the movie? I don't know. I'm only half paying attention. So, knowing that the movie theaters are full of that kind of people, the experience is completely ruined for me. So, take that and combine it to the other stuff that I've talked about in this video, and just, it's over. It's over. I can't. Too strong. His death ray is too strong. Oh, Jesus. I can't go to the movies anymore. Not on my own volition, not to enjoy a movie. I will now go to be there for my family, to be there for them, to be there with them if they want to go to the movie. I'll be there. My function, just as these complete shit people, complete garbage people, they are there just to be there. Why? I don't know. Because someone invited them, I guess. But they are just there. but their main function is texting, right? And now I'm just going to be there, but my main function was bringing my family there. That's what I'm doing there. I'm not actually there for the experience, because the experience is gone. The huge swarm of little square lights that come on and off during the entire movie is what killed it. All the rest of the things that started appearing over time, the trailers, the prices, the problem with the price of food, them being more annoying with the specifics of how you pay for stuff. You have to make a specific line only to buy food, and this other line is only to buy the tickets. But when you go and get in line to buy the tickets from a person, and there's a ticket place, and they tell you, why don't you just go and take it and get it from the machine? And I'm thinking, but you're here, and I'm here talking to you, and there's like 4 of you, and none of you are working. No one's waiting in the line. Just do the thing. You're working here. Then why are you here, is what I ask myself. Why are you here? Like, only for old people that completely refuse to use the machine? I mean, all of those things, they started ruining the experience for me years ago. All of those things, the prices, the shittiness of the experience, the trailers ruining every single movie, movie related media becoming a monster that eats itself and regurgitates itself into its own plate and eats itself again over and over again, and that's movie media forever. All of that stuff started taking away from the experience more and more and more and more and more. But the people being on their phones in every single movie, and it's now forever. There's no going back. It's impossible to go back. It is now like that forever, right? The people doing that is a thousand times worse than everything else that I have named in this video. So yeah, that's why the movie experience is completely ruined for me forever, because people are just gonna get worse. These generation of teenagers that are on their phone, I don't know how the next generation is gonna be, but the next generation is probably gonna be wearing diapers and shitting themselves during the movie, and they will be loudly asking for the theater staff to come and change them during the movie. So you're gonna see people like putting up their legs up in the air, and diaper employees changing the diapers of 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds that can't be bothered to go to the bathroom because it's traumatizing or something. I don't know. And it's gonna stink up the theater. So you're gonna have 3 or 4 changes every movie, and the current broccoli hair generation are gonna be like, how did this happen? It used to be that people respected the movie going experience. They're gonna be talking like that. They're gonna be talking like me, and it's gonna be depressing. I'm of course I'm just giving an example, and I would say I'm exaggerating, but honestly, I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible in this ever more disappointing world, which only continues to disappoint more and more. Oh, so nice. So nice of Epic Games to send me a bot. A bot for me to kill. To leisurely kill. Thank you, Epic Games. Epic Games knows that I'm annoyed, and they want me to be happier, so they sent me a bot. Very cool. Look, it's Marty McFly. We're gonna talk to him, see if he has a quest for us, and carry on. I guess I'll just finish the match in the video. Ask about time travel, continue back. Nah. Whatever, forget about it. Thought he had a quest. Oh, wait, this is part of a quest, isn't it? Or is that just a weird achievement thing? I don't know, who cares? Everything sucks now. So yeah. The one movie that I want to see now, and I'm very curious about, is Avatar 3. I know that it's I know those movies are not what they used to be. Well, there's only like 2 more, I know. I mean, I know there's no getting blown away by the visuals in 2026. There's no getting blown away by that. Um, because most movie theaters don't even carry 3D anymore. I don't know. I don't even know if you can watch it in 3D in a movie theater. That's how long it's been since I went and saw a movie, and or rather, that's how few movies I have seen, and it's been a while since I have seen a 3D movie. I haven't put on those glasses in a long time. That seemed to be a gimmick that just went away, completely went away, because it was just one more annoying thing that could ruin the experience. Having bad glasses, smudgy glasses, or forgetting yours and having to pay for another pair, you know, and of course they charge out the ass. They charge you under the ass for them. I still don't know. I still don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know if I'm supposed to say, oh, up the ass, out the ass, or off the ass. I don't know. I don't know what's the correct preposition to say. They still charge because of the ass. Out of them. but yeah. 3D glasses was a nightmare. They charged you every single time they charge you for a pair. If the place was nice and they had reusable pairs that would be repackaged, very often you could get a scratchy pair. You could get a pair of glasses that was completely scratched up by some kind of beast. I mean, I once got a pair of glasses that it seems someone tried to ruin them. It seemed that someone was full of hate and they just wanted to destroy the glasses as much as possible. And it was baffling to me. It was honestly... to this day I don't understand how someone put those in a package and called it a day. I just don't get it, you know. But I got one of those in one of the theaters that gave you the glasses included with the ticket. So obviously you're actually paying for them anyway. But sure, I mean, I used to be able to tolerate that. I wouldn't tolerate that kind of thing nowadays. It seems to be a gimmick that completely pointless gimmick. I guess some people made some money because of that, but I think that's over. Completely over. Nowadays, I just wait for movies to be available to watch online. I just wait for the platforms to get them. You don't have to wait that long anyway, and I can just wait. There's no rush. There's honestly no rush. I don't need to watch Avatar Fire and Ash like right away. I don't need to go run and watch it. I am in no rush to see it. So I'll just wait. I'll just wait until it's available. And it can be available on the official sites, or it can be available in alternate sites, of course. And I very often just get them on alternate sites, because this is another thing. This is bonus content, right? While I finish the match. Only 9 people remaining. I'll die any minute now. But anyway, this is bonus yapping while I finish the match, because I already talked about my ruined movie experience. Anyway, platforms. I should make a video dedicated entirely to how platforms were ruined for me, because platforms were a good idea. Streaming platforms, I mean, of course, they were a good idea for a long while, and they have been a good thing. It's great to have a huge collection of movies at your disposal, movies and shows to watch at any time. But here's the thing, here's the amazing thing. Now they find every possible excuse to take the content away from you and put extra filters for you not to be able to watch it, charge you extra like Prime does. Well, look at that, I died. So, for example, I pay for Prime and I should have access to the catalog of Prime Video, right? No. Every movie that is good and I want to watch costs extra, and I have to rent it, quote unquote, or buy it, quote unquote. Completely ridiculous. It's a scam. It's just a scam. They just want more money from me. So no. So I just won't do that. If they're doing that, I am paying the monthly fee. So if they're doing that, I'll just go. I mean, everything is free if you know where to go. So I'll just go and find it. Okay. That also happens when they make it hard for me to get a movie, and I want to pay for it. This happened to me with Jackass 4. I wanted to see Jackass 4. So apparently at the moment when it came out, it was only available on Paramount Plus, and so I made a Paramount Plus account and I paid for the monthly thing. And I got subscribed to Paramount Plus because I was perfectly willing to legally watch Jackass 4. And then I realized they're not showing it in my country, so it's not available in Colombia yet. Sorry, you need to have a US based Paramount Plus account. So I think, hey, wait a minute. What if I make a US based email, just a Google email that says it's in the US, and I make a Paramount Plus account using a VPN located I just turn on a VPN, place it in Florida or whatever, and do the whole thing, make the Paramount Plus account. I cancel the other one, pay for this one, and I can watch it. And again, look at me, the idiot, the fool. Look at me, the fool. I was willing to do the extra effort and legally watch Jackass 4. So I did all of that. No. In order to make a Paramount Plus account, you need to have a mobile phone number attached to your account, and the mobile phone number needs to be a US mobile phone number. So I couldn't make the account. The other option was to have an active subscription to cable or to whatever you have up there. I don't know if you have I think you have DirecTV, but you must have other services, right? Have an actual active subscription to one of those services in the US, or have a US based address or whatever. Of course, I don't have any of that. I can't produce any of that. I could start bending over backwards trying to do it and try to find a way to fake all of that, or huge companies or huge faceless executives who are completely retarded and you want to lose money. The other option is I could just go get it on a torrent site and watch it, no hassle, right? So I did that, and I don't have any respect for the products and the companies and the properties and any of that anymore. I have completely lost the will to do things legally. So fuck you. If you work in the movie industry, fuck you. 1,000 times over, fuck you. Fuck you 1,000,000 times. I hate you. I hate you 1,000,000. I hate you 1,000,000,000. And I hate everything you are, everything you do, everything you represent, all the people who work with you, all the rest of the assholes in your company. I hate them too. So tell them to go fuck themselves too. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate you very much. Please leave a comment and a like. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen them drop. If I ain't got a weapon, I'ma pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'm gonna continue to rock. Get your ass on the wall with your 2 left feet. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Don't let that fine girl pass you by.